right. And the world is different. I mean, just the fact that we're having this conversation shows the world's different,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? And you doing what you do and me writing my book. I don't know of another book really that's been, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but that's been written like this, where, women tell me, Dr. Nate, it is my survival guide, right? Because I explain to them what it is,
Hmm.
how women escape, why they leave or escape, the symptoms they have, and how to heal. Because on the other side of this is healing.
Oh, yeah. If they can get to that side, if they
Yeah,
ever get out of it.
if they get out of it. And that's where education is so important. And I always,
Hmm.
where I sign my book and I send it to people, I always say education leads to empowerment.
Yes. It's so true. Absolutely. Yeah. And, um, I know it's really interesting because when I do consults with people, I can almost always tell, some people, they've been in that type of relationship like you're describing, like 30, 25, 30
That's
years
right. Yes.
and I can tell they're not going to leave. They're just like getting information. But I can usually tell if somebody's really gonna really serious,
Gonna
you
leave.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a woman on average 4 to 7 attempts to leave a trauma bond.
Yeah. What do you think? Does it have to be does it have to be a traumatic event that usually gets them to want to leave, or what it usually?
Usually what happens is they get very educated and then they start to see the person for who they really are. They see the manipulation, they see the gaslighting, they see the lies, and then they start to see it and they're like, oh, I don't want to live like this, because I write about this symptom called cognitive dissonance, where the victims in a trauma bond have so much cognitive dissonance because they're dating Dirty John and Romeo. And so they don't know, is he good or is he bad? Am I crazy? Is he crazy? Is the relationship good or bad? So they're always in a state of confusion. But when they get educated, that cognitive dissonance starts to dissipate and they start to see clearer and think clearer. And then if they can get to that point, they usually leave. And sometimes it is a very traumatic event that snaps them out of the
Yeah.
fog. But it can go either way. It can be a slow educational process, or like for me, I think it was both.